My name is Allan Kaczmarek. I'm founder of SwipBox International AS. My background is software and programming. I started the company back in 2003, where we are looking into postal self-service devices already at that point in time. Today I'm taking care of the development and the innovation of SwipBox. So today my job is still to work on the technology parts and the innovation parts.
My name is Kasper Cort. I've been part of the SwipBox team for almost 3 years. I have a commercial background, and before SwipBox I worked for big companies, for instance Coca-Cola and also for Telia in Denmark. In SwipBox my responsibility is the commercial part, but also the projects that we are running together with the big partners throughout the world.
Today we will actually talk about the ecosystem of SwipBox, or the Infinity solution, as we call it here. The Infinity solution does not consist of a parcel locker. It consists of a lot of other parts in this full ecosystem. In order to set up a network of thousands of locations and boxes in a country, we need to have a full suite of all sorts of utilities and helper applications in order for us to do this here very effectively.
But Allan,
yeah,
let's see a video about that.
Yeah, let's see a video about that actually.
Thousands of years ago, we saw the dawn of the civilized world. In the last millennium, people have found it very difficult to live without access to running water. And for the last century, it has been impossible to imagine a life without the electric network at our hand. Within the last decade, data FiberNet controls the way we organize and develop our community. In the next few years, it will be difficult to imagine a world without the SwipBox Infinity solution. Infinity will soon provide the civilized world with digital organized parcels to a place near you. Just like running water.
We're not just talking about Infinity.
No.
At the moment, we're actually rolling it out throughout the northern part of Europe.
Yeah.
We're actually setting up thousands of lockers here in Denmark, where we live, where we have our headquarters, but we are also rolling out in Sweden at the moment. We are rolling out in Norway. It's going to be a big network in Norway as well, but also other part of Northern Europe. For instance, in Belgium, we are rolling out at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yeah, it is. And in order to do exactly that, we need to have an efficient and very fast rollout. And we actually created a special installation app that installers are using. We also created special location apps that location scouters are using to actually do their work efficiency. But again, let's see a small video about how we have installed a full city in one day.
But Allan, in SwipBox, we believe in open networks, or you can say agnostic networks. It's actually just another word for open. But our ecosystem is actually designed to be open. Everybody's actually welcome. All curious are welcome. But of course, it's up to the owner of the different networks to decide whether they want to open their network or they want to have them exclusively. But we always recommend to be open because we're actually born as an open-minded company.
You can say the entire core of the system here is actually built as an open framework. So we have customers here in Thunderbolt, small retail companies that are actually using the lockers to deliver out parcels from their retail stores and directly into the lockers. So openness can mean everything from adding in more couriers, but it could also mean that you can have a very local click and collect solution that you can offer your customers. But openness is one thing. In order to install 10,000 lockers, again, we need to talk about the ecosystem. And the ecosystem here, in this case here, we looking a little bit upon the location scouting and the location management of this here. Because in order to actually scale out the units as we really would like to do here in SwipBox, we have developed special tools for that. And here's the small video actually explaining how we can do the location management tools.
A great location for a parcel locker has been found. The location gets registered in the location management system, and a deal is made with the owner of the location. The location is registered as a service point in the location management system, and then an installation ticket is created in the system. The system notifies an installation provider that a parcel locker has to be installed on a new location. The installation provider notifies an employee about the new task. The maintenance app guides the employee to the right location. The app is used to install the parcel locker. After a successful installation, the new location automatically appears in all checkout flows online and in the carrier systems.
And you can say everyone in our ecosystem, they are actually connected. It's really important that the whole value chain of actually stakeholders being involved here.
Yeah.
But our ecosystem is actually covering it all.
Yeah.
Can you say a bit more about that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and that is really right, Kasper, because one of the things that we have tried to build into the system here is that everything is interconnected. Okay, so we could, as an example, you could have a courier going to a parcel locker and trying to deliver his parcels, but then he sees on the locker here that has been painted graffiti on. So he takes up his courier app and he can actually mark this arrow directly on his courier app. It'll be automatically transferred to our backend system where this ticket will be approved. And if it's being approved, then automatically it will be transferred to the maintainer's app universe, where he can see what address he needs to go to, and he can also see what is actually wrong with the station. So in order to get a system up and get a system running 24 hours a day, you know, we have the full infrastructure and it's actually interconnected into everything. So here's a small video on how we are maintaining the units.
The courier notices a damage on the SwipBox Infinity parcel locker. He uses the courier app to register the damage. The web tool system notifies a maintenance provider about the damaged parcel locker. The maintenance provider notifies one of their employees that the parcel locker needs to be fixed. The maintenance app guides the employee to the right location. When the damage has been repaired, he takes a photo of the result and uploads it in the maintenance app. The maintenance provider closes the case in the web tool system.
And then, of course, we will not forget the end user, because the end users are the most important person in a network like this here. As long as we get parcels into the system, we need to get them picked up. and the end user we give special attention to. We give special focus on how easy can we make it for them to pick up their parcels. And easiness is one thing, should also be convenient. And especially in these days now, where we have the COVID-19 ruling the entire world, we see a lot of people actually really prefer the touchless pickup of a parcel. And we can do exactly that. You know, the only thing that you need to use is your own phone, and you take out the parcel. We have a small video here actually explaining the full chain from ordering to pick up of a parcel of an end user. Let's see the video.
Meet the customer. She is shopping online and places an order. She chooses the nearby SwipBox Infinity locker as her pickup point. The online store handles the order. The parcel is picked up from the store and brought to a sorting facility. The moment it is scanned, a compartment is booked. In the Courier app, the courier is guided to the SwipBox Infinity parcel locker. The Courier app connects to the parcel locker. First, the courier picks up a return parcel. Then he delivers the parcel. The customer receives a push notification stating that the parcel is ready to be picked up. The customer takes a short walk to the chosen parcel locker. Through the end user app, she picks up the parcel and rates the experience in the app.
It's also worth mentioning that on the manufacture of those units, we also have created apps and solutions to help them manufacture the units. So on the manufacturer, we have a special app that they are using to, insert certificates and keys directly into the system as soon as they are being produced. And when they are produced, they need to be transferred to their destination. And the destination, in this case here, we follow on another app universe where we are scanning the units, into all different stocks until they end up at the locations. So we can follow a production from production to delivery, to install, to maintenance, and to mass rollout.
In SwipBox, we are every day working with the United Nations Sustainable Goals. We have actually been selected as an accelerator partner in the United Nations Program for Sustainability back in 2019. So every day we actually work with 4 goals from the United Nations Program.
Yeah, and Kasper, let me tell you about some of the goals that we are working with. We are working with goal number 9. It's called Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. We know that when we are setting units up, we are setting them up in thousands of units. So we are actually creating an infrastructure that reach out to actually innovate the very nature of picking up a parcel for the next generation. So that's one of the goals that we're working with. We're also working with goal number 11. It's called Sustainable Cities and Communities. This goal is very important for us because you can say that cities in the future will be different. We will require hour-to-hour deliveries. We will require nightly deliveries, etc. So all this here we can actually do on the network. And then again, on the communities and in the rural areas, we also apply to actually deliver some solutions where it actually makes it feasible to live still in rural areas. And then there's rule number 12 or goal number 12. It's called responsible consumption and production. So every single screw we put into an Infinity box is carefully thought about, because we need to think about that this unit here has to be taken down, disassembled and recycled again. So everything we try to do here, also with the amount of energy that we are using, also in the setup, think about it this way. If we can set up a unit on only 7 minutes, we're only using 1 man to set up a unit, then we can actually do it with a very low carbon footprint. instead of us being a lot of people doing that. So with the battery level that we have so low, so the energy consumption on a full-scale life cycle is so low that you can barely see it. But it's very important for us.
Agreed. And last but not least is actually goal number 17. And it's actually where you come in. Because it's actually about partnering for the goals. We cannot do this alone in SwipBox. So we actually need to partner up with you guys in order to fulfill the goal number 17 about actually teaming up. So please join us.
Yeah, and that's right. You know, it's important. If we want to do something here, we really make a difference here, we need to be together. Because in order for us to be able to deliver a network, it's also somebody has to deliver parcel to it. And of course, we can see that the trend is going to be electric in the future. But we can give you information, instant information about where is the next room available, where is their parcel to be picked up. So in this here, we can, with the partnerships for the goals, we can create even more convenience, more efficient deliveries, and we can do it sustainable together.
Allan, innovation has always been key for SwipBox.
Yes, that's right. In SwipBox, we have always really strived to create products with a high level of innovation, but also with a high level of convenience. And that's one of the key takeaways that all customers will have while working with us in this year, that we are constantly trying to upgrade our technology base and the way that we are doing things in a new and innovative way. Let's just take a look at the Nærbox here. So today, while picking up a parcel here, you just use your Apple Watch. Hey, I think there's a parcel for you. There you go, Kasper.